Hey guys, thanks for joining today. Nate Dodson, Crowdfunding Lawyers. Today we're going to talk about a really interesting subject, and that's really how to acquire businesses that are scalable through acquiring other businesses. I call it the roll-up strategy. There's multiple ways to approach it, but at the end of the day, the boomer generation is retiring. They have trillions of dollars in profits from their small businesses that they've owned and operated for decades that, frankly, they need to do something with it. And that something is generally sell it if they do not have kids that want to take it over. But let's be honest, that doesn't really happen anymore. So there are business acquisitions that are available now in amounts and levels that is never accomplished before. So I'm going to dive into this roll-up strategy and how you can plan to, frankly, at the end of the day, become your own billionaire. So it is possible. Guess what? Some of the major companies have done that, creating some of the most valuable brands in the entire world. Now, you'll have to accept my apologies. I know this was supposed to be a live, but I'm sick as a dog. So we are going to just play this video. However, I'm hanging out in chat. You just don't want to see me, especially as I have tissues all over the place. So my apologies for not actually being live. However, don't worry, I am here, and this is my motto for the day.
Relax, calm down now. Don't stress. Take it easy.
And that's how I'm going to make my way through it. So without further ado, let's dive into, let's roll up businesses, acquire businesses, and become multimillionaires along the same path. And I will be honest, I'm doing the exact same thing. My goal is to create a massive platform for you to raise capital. And that takes marketing, portals, legal, accounting, all of which have acquired, looking to acquire, pursuing, so that at the end of the day, it is all together with a singular purpose of helping you raise more capital, more efficiently, and more, guaranteed. Because there is risk in raising capital. So I never pretend like there isn't. You got to make sure that you do it the right way, the compliant way. And you just got to make sure you're doing this right every step along the way. And that's where Crowdfunding Lawyers, we are your first stop at making sure that you're doing things compliantly and legally. So anytime, you can always reach out at crowdfundinglawyers.net. We give free consultations. After this, like I said, I'm chatting with you right now. I just don't happen to be able to present live. But let's dive in a little bit while we talk about buying businesses and roll-up strategies. As always, hey, this is just kind of FYI information for your education. It ain't legal advice. I'm not your attorney unless I am your attorney. But if you're going to buy a business, if you're going to pursue investments, investors, either way, make sure that you always have good, competent legal counsel along the way. And like I said, drop your questions in chat. I am actually here live. But man, I just can't do it today. It's painful. With that, let's carry on, where we're going to talk about roll-up opportunities and how to actually make it happen. What we're going to talk about is why. And there's multiple approaches of how to do it. Now let's talk about what buying a business actually looks like and where money came from. And I can be honest, like I said, this is a business strategy that I'm pursuing myself. Just this week, I acquired a investor attraction academy that is there to help coach, to do with you, not a marketing agency, not a do-it-yourself, but here to help you find new investors. So I'm not just teaching, sharing, educating. I am living this as well. And if you didn't know, used to be syndicators and everything else. So I'm right along with the ride, just with you. But now when we talk about why is this actually an opportunity? And the fact is as your business grows, it's actually worth more. This is $1 billion business buying because it actually is possible. Almost every billionaire has made it happen through exactly these strategies. The one outlier is Elon Musk, because let's be honest, he starts everything from scratch. I don't know other acquisitions he's actually doing other than actually buying Tesla itself. But that is all part of this business buying process. And I don't know if you didn't know. Actually, Elon Musk did not start Tesla. He bought it. But now with this roll up, with your business of growing, scaling, strategically acquiring, the reason is, as I was saying, the bigger the business, the bigger the value. And let me explain more. If you have a owner run business, all small businesses start this way. Whether it's a solopreneur or they've got their team, guess what? If they're working in the business, their business is only worth generally 2.4 to 3% or 3 times what the net profit is. Now, you can find opportunities that are less costly. Additionally, there are areas of businesses that are more costly, like a physician's office. But on average, this 2.4 to 3 times earnings is a great place to start. And you know what? You're buying a job. You're getting in there to work the system just like everybody else is. But your real goal is to scale. Now, if you're able to bring in professional management, you start creating more of that mailbox money that you can be more hands off. All of a sudden, the value of that business can double. We're talking 4x to 6, 7x. What the earnings are actually becomes a new value because you're being able to sell private company, still not worth as much as a public company, but it is actually creating that mailbox money that frankly, we all should be seeking to attain. But then there's the next strategy. As you continue to grow and continue to scale your business, now it does have to grow pretty large. We're talking about you're making at least $1 million in revenues of at least $10 million. Now you become a target for private equity. And private equity is actually paying more than anybody else to buy the business. Why would they want to pay more for your business? Because their goal is to go from that 10x, 12x value to taking your company public. Now, on average, NASDAQ is for operating cash cows. The price to earnings multiple is about 19x. There are other businesses that are 100x the actual earnings, if not more. Here's where the true become that billionaire, that multi-millionaire. It can happen. You do have to scale a big business. Scaling can actually come from acquisitions.